Fortnite. The massive surge of mainstream battle royale. Millions of people playing, millions of V-Bucks bought, and millions of kids stealing their mum's credit card to get the new Spider-Man skin. But is the hype worth it? Is it better than the esteemed battle royale that started it all, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? Or has PUBG fallen off? Is it no longer a viable option for a consistent battle royale or survival shooter title? Alternatively, will it awaken from the dead, infesting the streets with its new, fresh features and playability? I guess you'll just have to stick around to find out. PlayerUnknown, otherwise known as Brendan Green, is no doubt a legend in the gaming community. Some believe him to be the first to fully integrate an arena battle royale into a game, offering an experience like no other. Yet to find better gear, possibly loot airdrops, fight to survive, and most importantly, be the last one alive. Either way, a format for gaming was born. The Arma 2 and Arma 3 mod, it was clear that Brendan was talented, especially with this niche and subgenre of gaming. So, not too long after, he created a standalone game, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's where I come in, a cheeky little high schooler looking for something new, something fresh, something fucking amazing. PUBG was that for me, and the millions that were playing it and talking about it. It was, and still is, a clear success. But unfortunately, it's inevitable that your esteem and stature won't last long, especially in an industry like this. That's where Fortnite came in. You could even say that, one came after the other. Now, you must be wondering, how could Fortnite, this new game, overtake this legendary experience that a clear genius at the subgenre and at creating games was at the helm of? Accessibility is the answer. Fortnite offered, and still offers, something that PUBG doesn't. Its more cartoonish aesthetic, bright colours, and unique building mechanics gave a new flavour to the Battle Royale scene. It also catered to a wider audience, while still receiving players from an older demographic than was and is intended. More kids were allowed to play the game because it wasn't filled with blood, gore, and an intense realism that could potentially harm their child. Not to say PUBG is the most realistic game, but it certainly is more realistic than Fortnite, and more bloody, more violent. This is obviously in no way saying that every element of Fortnite is child friendly. Every kid ever should be able to play Fortnite under 5 years old, you know what I mean? We all know, there are a lot of sweat lords in the game that for some reason obsessed with breathing down their mic so hard that your ears will no longer hear in the same way they once did. Not to mention the recognizable brands, franchises, and characters that made an appearance in the game. They definitely helped its clout and its stature over time, especially when Avengers came out, both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Fortnite has, unfortunately, recently come to a bit of a lull, however. It's not dying, the player base isn't going too downhill before you say, in the comments. But it's certainly not at a peak. Possibly because of both Modern Warfare, Warzone. They cater to a similar audience, and it's widely known that, lots of 12-year-old sweat lords are allowed to play Call of Duty and do it anyway. It's a game that is a lot less skill-based and is a lot quicker and a lot more universal than PUBG, that's for sure. It's obvious that the game offers a quick, fast-paced alternative to the Battle Royale first-person shooter landscape that offers challenges but also universal enjoyment from casual and professional gamers. It sits almost in between PUBG and Warzone in that sense. It's not too quick, it's not too slow. It's this kind of weird in between. Actually, I would say it's too quick, but in terms of comparing to Warzone, it's definitely not, given that a lot of the big building mechanics kind of slow down a lot of the gunplay. In a sense, difficulty is something that is and remains inconsistent throughout Fortnite's history, though. The famous SMG update being a great example. The game changes completely, offering new weapons, new items, new obstacles, and new environments with their own unique parts. These inconsistent difficulty changes and overpowered features that possibly make it easier for a lot of the newer players to get into the game make it an unpredictable experience from update to update, and also makes it hard for the players that have been playing for a while to continue. They also fail to add anything truly different in the game that can really boost their player count. One that comes to mind is a storyline with The Rock, his character in the game. Things like that definitely make it interesting, but they don't reinvent the genre. And that's why we're here. It's because of Brendan, or whoever you believe, or, everyone's an expert, aren't they, these days? Even though I believe this is the case, and I think lots of people would agree with me, it's still a really fun experience when you're not dealing with the frustrating features that the game sometimes presents you with, or most of the time, depending on the update, the day, depends obviously. Although the game, in my opinion, fails to offer something truly new to the Battle Royale genre, and also in the world of shooters as well. It's still very commendable, though, that they do attempt to change things during each update. It's amazing to see the map change, and it's amazing to see them totally reinvigorate their own product, their own property. PUBG has reinvented itself, though, in a more natural progression over the last few years, with new maps, weapons, features, and fresh AI. The game has evolved into what it's always wanted to be and was meant to be. The smaller things are what make PUBG so amazing, though. New small features, fixes, and the optimization in the game make it an incredibly smooth and balanced experience, which Fortnite isn't, in my opinion.
I feel that PUBG has retained some sort of momentum because of its completely new elements. The AI is something very different, immersive, and interesting to interact with, on top of the secret areas in each map released. Little things like this make it a more balanced and interesting experience. This gives more of a story to the world of the game as well, and offers a lot of replayability. It's clear Fortnite is lacking in this, as people have evidently become bored of only having one map, even though it's changed many times over each update and season. As I said earlier, however, the small features are what make PUBG incredibly captivating to play and revisit. It's been around for longer and has more accessibility in terms of game modes. I know Fortnite has a no build mode, a 50-50 mode, and more, but it's not as much as PUBG has in terms of what would change the game to give it more replayability and features other games already have. It's more inclusive with its features. For example, the first-person mode, first-person only mode, and things like free look. These things aren't evident in Fortnite. They don't exist in Fortnite, and that's what really is its downfall at the end of the day. These things are essential in making a battle royale game and even making some FPS games. So it's really just ridiculous that a game like that doesn't have features like this. PUBG is also a cohesive, tense experience, more so than Fortnite. People will say, Fortnite is tense and difficult, like, oh my god, I just shit myself. I had like 150 BPM in the comments, I'm sure. But I'm not talking about your typical battle royale. Oh my god, am I going to win the game? Where is the intensity? I'm talking about silence. I'm talking about not being bombarded by sounds every 2 freaking seconds. PUBG is tense because of the map size, because of the cohesion to the goals of the game. You're not given 20 different goals, 20 daily quests, and 3 freaking story quests per match to do. No. You do what you want to do in the world of the game. It's an open book, and it's not constantly stimulating your brain, ears, and eyes. Things like items to open bunkers and items that are very randomly spawned, and I mean very randomly spawned, very sparse. They're more consistent in that you know for a fact you're probably not going to get that item during the game. That's what makes it more interesting and makes those things more special. A lot of the time in PUBG, there's silence. And when silence builds up, you're met with intensity, suspense. There's never a moment, it feels like, where you can relax. That sounds like, oh my god, that's intense, and sounds like a good thing. Sometimes it's worse because you're, gonna be shitting yourself after, sitting in a house for, 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, waiting for something. And then all of a sudden, a car pulls up or there's a gunshot, Both are consistent, however, in adding features that the players want. But strangely, neither offer mod support in a substantial way, at least, and that I know of. It's clear that there's a lot of work that has to be done for both titles, but all in all, which one is better? Well, I think that's really up to what you love from games, because you can go a long time playing Fortnite and you can have a decent time. You can have a pretty good time. You can go a long time playing PUBG and you can have a really good time. Both of them offer different experiences. But I think in terms of optimization and clear refinement, it's gonna have to go to PUBG. Definitely. PUBG is just a more cohesive, more sculpted, clear, inspired experience. Fortnite almost feels like this game that's come out of essentially giving everyone what they want, and that overcommitted feel to it has really made it a less inspired and interesting. However, both could also learn from the other and could benefit from the history of their opposing titles. In a lot of ways, PUBG is more gratifying, intense, and packed with features than Fortnite is, but Fortnite is more entertaining in a sense and more casual. It offers a light-hearted, fun experience that changes itself from time to time and also is filled with entertainment. I mean, it's filled to the brim with things happening. I would help you in making the decision of which one to buy, but both are free, so let's investigate the bigger investment: time. I believe you can certainly benefit from getting better at both, and either can be gratifying to put time into, that's for sure. It's really about, as I said, what you want at the time even, and finding a balance. You could sometimes feel like playing PUBG, you could sometimes feel like playing Fortnite, Maybe play PUBG when you're looking for a more intense, realistic, cooler experience, and Fortnite when you want something more cartoonish, something more silly and upbeat, with some challenging elements, but an easier experience. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely gonna get a lot of hate for this, so whatever. Everyone's an expert these days, but for those people who are willing to listen and willing to accept other people's opinions, thank you very much, because I have gotten some really nice comments, some really thought-provoking comments. So sorry, don't mean to focus just on the negative. So thank you to those guys who have left those comments. There have been a lot of people that have come on the channel and just been really a ray of, sunshine. ACC Eber being one, of course. If you are listening to this, I love you. You are the GOAT. You are the main ray of sunshine in my life, of course. I love you so very much. I love you. Absolute legend. Lakevis Paradise. Absolute legend. Just was talking about some really interesting things in the comment section. Insidious Dreams. This guy makes really good DayZ content, so go check him out. He's a legend. Brindle Dwyer, sorry if I mispronounce any of these names, Craze Mate, and also Progalion as well. And yeah, a few others. Really appreciate the comments, guys. Some really thought-provoking stuff and just very kind stuff. Yeah, I love you guys. Anyway, I thought I'd just shout you guys out just to say thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope you are doing well, and yeah, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'm out, baby. Woo! Okay, yes. What happened?